Ever wonder how the body captures and utilizes energy? Oh, if you have, this video is going to be for you. So before we get into the meat and potatoes, I want to make sure you guys sub to the channel. So why does subscribing matter? Well, it makes life a lot easier for yourself to see my content in the future, especially when I'm putting out 4-part series videos like this one, and it's greatly appreciated. So energy, how is it used within the body? Well, that term is coined bioenergetics. And bioenergetics is biology, life. Energetics is energy. It's how the body can transfer this energy, capture this energy, and metabolize it. So, bioenergetics. Why is it so important? We wouldn't be able to have a muscular contraction.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Another one is actually creation or synthesis of more ATP. So, we need a little bit of ATP to be generated for more ATP to be used in the future. ATP is also necessary for action potentials and ion transport or active transport across membranes, and this allows us to send signals from the nervous system to the muscles, so that's another component. So we're just going to briefly cover what ATP is. ATP is called adenosine triphosphate. It's considered our currency for all biological work. We really need this for most things that we do. If we didn't have ATP production, we'd be dead. We wouldn't be alive for a whole lot longer. Let's break down ATP real quickly. Again, we're just glazing over it. Adenosine triphosphate. We have an adenine group, which is a nitrogen base. We have a ribose group that is considered a sugar base. And then we have 3 phosphates, which all come together, and they make an adenosine triphosphate molecule. We cleave off that last phosphate, so now we have adenosine diphosphate, so we went from 3 to 2 phosphates. When we cleaved off that last phosphate, we then got what we would consider phosphate inorganic that kind of floats off. It's gone. Not gone, but it's now phosphate inorganic. And then we have some energy that comes off. That energy is what we capture, use for muscle contraction. High energy state, ATP, much lower energy state, ADP. If we understand bioenergetics, how these things resynthesize ATP and the timing that's associated with it and the actual depletion or usage of ATP, we can then train more effectively and more efficiently for the outcomes we're looking for. We have 2 main pathways. We think of oxidative phosphorylation, so that's considered with oxygen. We also have another pathway called substrate level phosphorylation, and this is considered in most cases anaerobic in nature, meaning without oxygen. So think oxidative phosphorylation. I'm strolling. I've got oxygen for this thing. If I was to hold my breath and then try to do something, that's what we would consider anaerobic in nature. It's not a perfect definition, but for the most part, energy production that's at a really high capacity or explosive or almost less than 1 minute in nature is considered anaerobic. When we go past that 1 minute mark and we go 2 minutes plus, that's considered aerobic in nature. So in summary, we have bioenergetics. What is it? It's metabolizing, so breaking things down, but not getting rid of them. It's just breaking things down, capturing the energy from fats and carbs, and we'll talk about some other things in the future, but think mainly fats and carbs. We capture that energy through a bunch of different processes, and it helps us resynthesize or phosphorylate ATP, which is then cleaved off. One of those phosphates is cleaved off, energy comes off, and we use that energy to allow other processes to happen. Why is bioenergetics important? Because understanding it gives us not only the ability to think more methodically about how we train, but how we fuel our training, how we rest to resynthesize or rephosphorylate ATP, and how we can actually train for the outcomes we're looking for sport, or if it's even leisure. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you learned something new that you didn't know before, I want you to comment down below what it was. I will give you guys another reminder. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This was the Science of Exercise with an overview of bioenergetics. We out. But the science of exercise. Bioenergetics is awesome.